everybody, and welcome. We're back. It is Flat Out Racing. It's night two into the new year. It's 2023. We got some racing for everybody. How's that sound? We started off here at GT45 Gaming with a pretty awesome NASCAR event in the first Sunday of the new year. On the second Sunday of the new year, we're coming at you with round 7 from Flat Out Racing North America, sponsored by GTR Simulators and Apex Racing Team, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, the graphics provided by Hypre, and commentators in the series are myself, hosting tonight, GT45 Gaming, and in a little bit of time, hosting our Pro-Am 1 lobby tonight live will be No Lander Gaming over on Facebook. So welcome in, everybody. And I hope we're ready for what should be a pretty spirited battle, I think, on the track here tonight. Hey, Mr. Smurf, what's up? Let's go. We got Joe and Chris coming in with the thumbs up as well on the Facebook stream. How's everybody hanging tonight? I know, right? It's Sunday. But with that being said, chat, we're going to bring some great racing action for everybody to put a little smile on your face for the end of the night. So this is our elite division here. I mean, it's the best of the best coming in from Flat Out Racing. It's the best that we have to offer the driver pool this season. Mark coming in with that thumbs up as well. Much love. We appreciate everybody coming in. So on the screen in front of you, ladies and gentlemen, you can see that driver's list right there in front of you. And with current point standings, minus one little discrepancy, but it's okay. It's just on one of our substitute drivers anyhow. So we do have C Roach still leading coming into 2023 with 119 points, followed by Cardinal with 115 points. Following him is Apex Racing's Payme with 90. Rob Heck right behind with 87 points. In fifth place is Rockefeller Racing's MSP with 74 points. Lucas coming in 6th with 72. Apex Racing's Jakey currently sitting 7th with 59 points. K Mottman's aka SOE Kevin, ladies and gentlemen, sitting there with 45 points. We have Smiley from Flying Fox Racing with 41. We got Apple Pop with 38. We got Sir Janselot with 38 as well. So a tie there for those two guys. Apex Racing's Pigham's just behind with 36 points. Hako with 20. Agent Orange with 17. And K Bonic with 9 points. Our substitute drivers are High Pre-Roses currently sitting with 23 points. D. Vandell, aka Risky Replicant, with 18 points. And Sir Shred does have some points there as well. And Sir Lead with 8. But Sir Shred, we just don't have the update. So my apologies on that, ladies and gentlemen. We'll try to have that corrected for everybody next week. Hey, how you doing, Kanji? Much love, my young man. How you doing today? So, as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, this is our very first race of the night. On the other graphic there in purple, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. The pro race will run at 9 o'clock Eastern Time, which will not be done live because the commentator is racing. And then No Lander Gaming, of course, as you can see, will be taking the Pro-Am 1 lobby at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time. So we're only going to have 2 broadcasts for you coming into Monday and Tuesday this week, folks, with the Pro Lobby and our Pro-Am 2 division, brought to you here by GT45 Gaming. So a little change in the program coming into the new year, adding a new member to the commentary team here at Flat Out Racing North America. We're definitely excited to have him on board, so definitely make sure everybody goes and shows that man some love as he perfects his craft. But anyways, until then, we're here talking about what's happening right now. Strategy, I mean, what can we say about strategy? Typical Flat Out Racing right now this season. It seems to come down to one of 2 strategies every week. So it's going to come down to between a 1 or a 2 stop. Now, from what we've seen in the amateur division, 1 stop played a very, very big role in everybody's strategy minus 1 or 2 drivers. So, different car, different settings. Amateurs are on 2 times fuel and 3 times tire. These elite guys are on 3 times fuel and 4 times tire. So even that 1 extra percentage on multiplier makes a very large difference in fuel consumption and tire wear in these bigger, heavier GTR cars that these guys are running this season. So a 1-stop strategy with these GTRs, I believe we're going to see anywhere between 14 to 16 laps of fuel window in these cars. So if they are going to do the 1-stop strategy, we're going to see them pit anywhere between laps 14 to 16 and then run a soft tire stint. However, I could be wrong on that. That is just based off basic information that we have here so far, ladies and gentlemen. Scott Arthur coming in with that thumbs up as well. Much love, everybody. Welcome over on the YouTube as well. I don't get the likes on the stream on the YouTube, so I do apologize, but I do encourage you guys still to hit that like and that share on the streams as well, no matter where it is you're watching. It's just something free we can do to help the pages grow as well. And hey, we want more people to come check out the big time action that they're missing here at Flat Out Racing as well. So do us a solid there. It would be greatly appreciated, and we love your support. So sorry, yeah, it'd be about 14 to 16 laps on the medium tire, followed up by 11 to 9 laps on the soft. I could be wrong. That's just a suggestive idea on the one stop. A two stop strategy could come into play if a guy is super, super quick here. Again, this is the elite division, so it's really hard to be that much faster than the next guy in front of you. So you're going to see a very short, medium stint, maybe 5, maybe 8 laps, and then you'll see 9 to 10 lap soft stints on these cars. But I don't know how viable the two-stop strategy is going to be this week through all the divisions, but we're about to find out here in just a few minutes time, ladies and gentlemen. Qualifying is scheduled to start in 4 minutes. We could be just a smidge behind here today, so just bear with us, ladies and gentlemen. But yeah, that's about what's breaking it down here today for us. So we're not going to flip you over into the on track yet. We're just keeping an eye on everything, and we got 10 of our drivers on track. I do believe we're expecting 14 of the 15 scheduled drivers to be here tonight as well, so it should be a very packed grid here for us tonight, and should get interesting. So now again, in the amateur race last night, especially for those of you that tuned into the amateur race last night, we had a little bit of a difficult time kind of getting the lobby sorted out. So hopefully we don't see those lingering issues here within the game tonight as we get the broadcast underway. But if we do, that's all right. We just do what we do, and we just keep hanging out with you guys, the amazing viewers. We appreciate all your support as well. So welcome in, everybody. Again, hope your weekend's been good. Hope your New Year started well. You know, some has started off real cracking, and some maybe not so much, but that's all right. A lot of year left, lots and lots of year left. So we're just gonna keep doing what we're gonna keep doing here, and just try to keep everybody entertained on a good Sunday evening. So rock and roll. I'm just kind of keeping an eye on the racetrack right now. I can see the racetrack, but I'm teasing everybody else. Tattooed What is up, dude? Yo, how you doing, brother? Hey, Zach, Robbie Heck will get the win. Calling it right now. Nope, says Mr. Smurf. Ooh, all right. We'll see. We'll see. Not every driver that you see on the list in front of you is on track. We do have some substitutes stepping in here today as well. So, going to see a couple of new faces on track here in the elite division as well. Either him or Callan, says Zach. It very well could be. They've been very dominant here so far this series, but there's some drivers back there that you can't really count out of this battle either. We have Apex Racing's Paymay, who's been showing considerably great pace here all season long, and I mean he's sitting there holding on to third place overall in the division. So Apex Racing's Paymay, very quick driver, and that's not to take anything away from the rest of the drivers in the field either. I mean, they are in the elite division, so any one of these guys can definitely bring home a win here. Remember, it's one shot qualifying here for our elite division, so we're going to see it done with 2 groups. We'll have a lead pack, and then we'll have of 8 drivers, and then we'll have the remaining pack of either 6 or 7 drivers come up after those guys have finished their qualifying lap. We do it much like we do see in, of course, the Gran Turismo World Tour event. So I'm going to pop something on for you guys. I hope you guys enjoy this. Let us know what you think, and I'll be back with you in about 2 minutes time. All right, something a little fun here. We just wanted to debut here tonight on the Elite race here, something a little extra. So we've taken some, of course, video footage from some of the live races we've seen throughout the season and some of the off-stream racing that we've seen throughout the community as well. We tossed it all in there, we mashed it all together, and we came up with something a little visually fun for everybody here for the remainder of the season. So I hope you all enjoyed it. Let us know in the comments below if it's a yay or a nay, chat. Yay or a nay. All right, so we're just waiting for qualifying to get underway, ladies and gentlemen, and then, of course, we will flip the screen over. So I think we're waiting for a couple of drivers just to get all settled in and checked in, and I think we're going to be ready to get underway here. So Robbie for president. We got Joshua saying Robbie's got this. We have some love in the chat right now for Mr. Rob. Heck, that is fantastic. We love to see it. We're just checking everything out here. Streams are looking fantastic tonight. John Grayson coming in with that thumbs up as well. Much love, my dude. Hope you're doing well. A little bit of audio spiking here and there, but not too shabby. Hello, my man. Hope you're having a fantastic day and a fantastic weekend. Hope we're all ready for our adulting lives, because tomorrow's Monday, but hey, we're still gonna have some fun tonight. All right, I'm a little spicy today, chat. Don't mind me. I might get a little bit out of line today. You just never know what's gonna happen in a commentator's booth here. All right, so these guys are on track. They're just running some final laps here right now. They're just waiting for everything to get underway. So as soon as we get to that point, we will flip it over to, of course, the fun screen, the big screen, where all the action and the magic happens here. Of course, with Flat Out Racing North America. So it should be good. We got 14 drivers on track. It's going to be a good time, chat. It is going to be a good time. So a couple of notable things, too, before we get into the race tonight. Much like last night's race in the amateur division, they have pulled all livery restrictions off of these guys for only round 7. Now the reason being is, of course, we all know a racing legend lost his life there in the new year with Ken Block. We also know that a professional football player with the Buffalo Bills and Damar Hamlin had a really scary moment on the football field the very next day. And of course, with a couple of community members losing some family members as well over the last couple of weeks, ladies and gentlemen, we decided to allow the drivers to pay their respects how they feel like they want to pay their respects if they choose to do so via a paint job on their car. So for this week, we may see some very different liveries that we're not used to seeing on the racetrack, but that is a decision made by Flat Out Racing and the administration staff here to allow everybody to give a chance to pay respects to clearly a racing legend with Ken Block. I mean, the guy was just absolutely epic, and what he's done for motorsports has been huge. And of course, to pay our respects to the Hamlin family as well. So we love you guys. We hope a speedy recovery for Damar, and of course to our community members, our family members down and out right now. We feel your pain. We love you. We have your back. We're here to talk if you need. And yeah, we're going to send everybody off with a little celebration tonight. A big, fat, juicy race. So it should be a really good time here. I love the size of the grids. And again, these guys are just, they're just warming everything up. They're just final checking these cars right now. We're just waiting. We're just waiting, chat. So what everybody do this weekend? Talk to me, guys. Hey, let's go Apex as Freak. Hey, facts. Also in the Facebook comment section, ladies and gentlemen, here at GT45 Gaming, we do have the Apex Sim Racing Team website for merchandise that is available. So this is very league specific merchandise in cooperation, of course, with one of the sponsors, Apex Racing Team. You'll guys see some of it on the screen here throughout the broadcast today. But if you head over to the Facebook page and hit the link in the pinned comments down there, it will take you directly to their website, and then you just go into Apex Apparel from there, and lots of great items available for sale there. Whether you're there to support Flat Out and the sponsors and everybody involved, or if it's just Apex Racing itself, but some great merchandise there. Go check it out, everybody. And it looks like we're getting ready to go here, so we're going to flip this thing. All right, chat. So here we go. Now, remember, the drivers are going to come out in the order of their standings positions. So we need to find ourselves with Roach, who is not in the lineup. So Ooh, that is going to make things interesting, Chad, as we have the leader not here. Oh, I think we got a reset coming, ladies and gentlemen. We do have a reset coming. We just lost one of our drivers, so qualifying will just be put on hold for just a moment. And as we got one of the drivers has got to get back in here, so. Bear with me, chat. We're going to have to flip you back. Sorry, chat. Alright, so what's going to happen now is all the drivers are going to, the new lobby's going to get fired up. Again, I did say we were struggling with some game issues over the last couple of weekends, especially when it comes to multiplayer lobbies. So it takes a little bit of work to get everything just perfect and everybody able to have a good, fun, clean day of racing. So again, the staff just working very hard at making sure that the best possible conditions, lobby conditions, are available for each driver to have a fair competitive chance on the racetrack. So we're probably going to see a lot of this week on the live broadcast. It's just a little bit of stalling and delaying just to try and make sure we get the perfect conditions for our race car drivers. So please do bear with us. We do appreciate everybody's patience. Much of my weekend was full of dogs, so I was in heaven. Hey, especially when they're puppies. I mean, oh my God, they look at you with those little cute brown eyes, and it's like, ooh, I just want to squeeze you and hug you and hold you. Love puppies. Love puppies. Oh, facts. Go Robbie. All right, so we're just waiting. We're going to let the drivers get in first before I jump in. Of course, I'm just going to clear my cache because that's what I do before I enter every lobby. So, whoop, my bad. This is why I don't show you guys what's going on behind the scenes, because when I make silly mistakes like this. Hiding our indiscretions, chat. Hiding our indiscretions. I still only see 13. So who are we missing here? Alright. I'm coming, boys. Alright, chat. We'll get you a lineup, and then you guys got to tell me who you think has got the win tonight. Who's your favorite driver out on the racetrack? We want to hear you out there tonight. I mean, you guys are the hype. You guys are the vibe. So you want the comms to be high, intense energy. I want the chat to be high, intense energy. So let's get the chat fired up, man. Let me see who you want to win this race tonight. Payme is going to put these boys on notice. Y'all better watch out now. Hashtag that boy from Bama can drive. Aye. There we go. Apex coming in strong. I mean, that clubhouse was absolutely lit last night, chat, with, of course, Apex Racing's Heathen taking away the win in round 7 here for the amateur division. So they're looking for much of the same thing here again. In the elite division, they have 3 drivers on the racetrack here in this division. So, I mean, there is the chance. The numbers are there. We're just setting everything up for everybody here. Make sure I'm not checked in, because, we ain't qualifying. We're just chilling. We're just hanging out. We're watching. Alright. Go like this. Take that off. Alright. I think we're good to go, chat. We're just going to wait here. We have 14 drivers on the racetrack. That's a good sign. That's a good sign. And Rip 43, hey, facts. The racing world is definitely feeling some pain. Definitely lost a legend. Alright, chat, we're about to flip you over to the big screen here again. Just give me un momento. And we're just sitting on board with Robbie Heck right now as well, as we mentioned it. So there we go, lobby's being reset. And let's see what happens here. We need to find Mr. Cardinal. We're not seeing Mr. Cardinal, so I think Payme is going to lead the way here tonight, potentially. That was a good call out there. Where is our boy Payme? I believe he will be first driver out on track, but I could be wrong there. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, let's flip you over here. Wrong button. Alright. I just got to check to make sure that is working, and it is not. So let's fix this right now. Alright. There we go. And I was correct on that assessment, ladies and gentlemen. So we are going to start qualifying here. Is Hawkwa actually racing? Didn't see him in the lineup here today. So Apex Racing's Payme is going to be first out today. This is our third place driver in the standings. So this is some huge potential here for Apex Racing's Payme, and our second driver out here tonight, Rob Heck. These guys chasing those guys up in the championship leading points. And both drivers that they're chasing are not on the racetrack here tonight. He's going to be followed out by Rockefeller Racing's MSP, third out here for qualifying today, ladies and gentlemen. Followed out by, of course, Lucas 36 here. It's been some great racing in this division, ladies and gentlemen. So, I mean, you can't ask for much better than that. It's going to be followed out by Smiley on track next as he's coming out of pit lane here. Of course, these guys do have to, keep it right and tight coming out of pit lane. The penalties are in effect here. So Smiley coming around here. He's going to be our sixth driver out in Group 1. So there's going to be two groups of qualifiers here, ladies and gentlemen. So just stay with me here, folks. Stay with me. It might get a little bit confusing here for a little bit. Pop is going to be next out on track here. And you can see that he a little bit late on his time frame there. You can see Piggums is just going to back off just a smidge to give him his room that he needs. And then, of course, Apex Racing's Piggums is going to be the final driver out here for our hot laps. Oh, it was Apex Jakey first out on track here. Okay. All right. I missed him sneak out on track there, Chad. So my apologies here. All right, so our drivers are out, and we're going to stick with... What is going on there? I don't know what's going on there. Something funny going on there. Let's go, Apex, says Justin Davies. Hey. All right, so we are going to jump here. We're going to follow Apex Payme around. Again, these guys are a one-shot hot lap qualifier. So they do their out lap. They take their one chance at the best, absolute fastest time they can put down on the track. And then that's it. They're off the track. The next driver, same thing, all the way through our 14 drivers here on track today, ladies and gentlemen. So very intriguing little twist to our qualifying here. And this is only done in the elite division this season. However, it may stem down to other divisions moving forward in the future. It's hard to say, but I don't know. What do you guys think? How do you guys like the one-shot hot lap qualifying? Let us know in the comments below. We really would like some feedback, of course, from what you guys like, the viewers. It does matter. The season is starting to come to an end, so please do feel free to be honest with us and let us know what you think about this one hot lap qualifier here at Flat Out Racing North America. We really, really would appreciate your feedback, and it'd be fantastic. Justin coming in with that like and the follow as well. Much love. Welcome to the Winner Circle community, my man. Absolutely appreciate that extra support with the follow here on the page. I think I'm missing one here too as well. I am missing somebody. I apologize, my guys. Mark, no, we didn't miss that one. All right, perfect. So Payme's coming here right now, and he's going to cross this start-finish line with a 1:30. 8.115, ladies and gentlemen. So we're back to Rob Heck here now. What has Rob got here as he's coming down the line? He's a little bit quicker here. I think we're going to see a 36 maybe from Rob Heck here. It's going to be a 37. Oh, a 36.996. So coming in with MSP here. That's going to put him up in the pole position. Let's see where MSP ends up here. MSP ends up in P2. Lucas here now, our fourth driver out. Let's see where he ends up here as he comes across the line, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be pretty close here. It's going to be some tight times here, I think, chat. It could be a 1:38, so we're going to go down to Jakey here now. That's going to put Lucas in P3 currently here as well on the racetrack. Jakey's coming around here. It's going to be a 37.7. That puts Jakey up there as well. Smiley here next. Jakey in second place, ladies and gentlemen. What's Smiley got? Smiley goes up into third. Pop coming around here next. Our seventh driver out, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see what Pop can do here as he comes around that final corner. It's going to be at 37, it looks like, Chad, and it is. It's going to put him up into 5th, and Pigham's coming around here right now. What's Pigham's got in is a 38, so that's going to put Pigham's in 8th. All right, Group 2, ladies and gentlemen, here now. So Kindle here first, first race of him for the season, coming in as a substitute here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. So welcome, Kindle, to the series. Welcome to the Elite Division. Let's see what this guy's got in store for everybody here as we go. All right, he was out on track. I guess they said, hey, hold on, it's your turn, not your turn yet. All right. Oh, we just had the driver. It's going to be Sir Shred actually coming out here, ladies and gentlemen. First on track for Group B, so my apologies. Hey, Paymacan. It's fun watching someone else do it, but as a driver, nerve-wracking. Facts. Facts. All right, so Sir Shred is out on track. He had a really good race result there at Brands Hatch in round 6 here as well, coming in as a substitute driver. So looking to stack on those points now is Sir Shred. We got Agent Arunj coming around here right now as well, and he's going to be the second driver out here in Group B. Then we got Kindle. Yes, it is Kindle. Okay, I think it's Agent Arunj first now, and then Kindle, then K-Bonic. Yes, all right. So some of the guys getting very anxious to get this qualifying taken care of here today. Just coming out in order, so they got it sorted out. So we got Agent Arunj leading out the front pack, or the back pack here, the Group B. We got Kindle in second in Group B. We got K-Bonic here in third with Group B. Now it's Sir Shred coming out. He's going to be fourth out in Group B, ladies and gentlemen. And then he's going to be followed by B Paps, so T's Bap, a.k.a. ladies and gentlemen. And then J Arroyo. It's a double R, so you got to roll it, chat. I might prefer 2 hot laps as it gives the driver a chance to make up for possible mistakes on lap 1. Fair enough. Fair enough. Appreciate the input. Alright, so Agent Arunj here is going to be the first driver out in Group B, so we are going to stick with this driver here now as he comes around. Fastest lap on the racetrack is a 36.996, ladies and gentlemen. Let's keep that in mind. We're not going to see the order as it stands when these guys cross the line. We're going to have to do some fancy stick handling to try to make sure we don't miss any of the drivers in time as they cross the line as well as it goes. So, let's see if we can keep up. Let's see if we can keep up, chat. Had to put this on the big screen. Hey, we appreciate you, Joshua, on the big screen. Robbie is the GOAT. If he can do it, no one can. Oh, boy, look at this. Robbie fans are in the house tonight. We love that. All right, hot lap time, chat. Agent Arunj leading the way here in Group B as he comes around turns 1 and 2. And coming into turn 3 here, you know, just a little tap of the brake and a downshift here, and you're just going to try and cut this curb a little bit, float out wide. You can use quite a bit of that curb. As long as all 4 tires don't touch that blue, you're good to go here. You're just letting off a little bit. You're coasting around, throttle control just to keep the car in the line you want. Here, you're going to let up just a little bit, get ready for braking, come into this corner, shift up into 3rd gear. You're going to come around and just stamp on it, get that power down as quickly as you can, eat up as much of that exit curb as you can as well. Here, it's questionable which is the fastest way around the track, but you can see Agent Arunj has it figured out here, keeping tight to those apexes. Going to come into a hard braking zone here, and you're going to see some fancy I'm going to see some fancy shifting work here as they come through this sector, just to keep these cars from getting a little bit too excited under acceleration through this very technical sector here at Fuji. So one of the most technical sectors here on the racetrack as Agent Arunj is coming through here. He's just got a couple of corners remaining, and it's all about exit and setup to the next corner through this sector. So he's going to sweep it out really wide here. We're going to see him cut it in really tight and then pull it out wide for exit. Try to get on that power as early as he can and get the best run up to the start finish line that he can here. And here we go. Let's see what he's got in that Nissan GTR here tonight, chat. Going to be a 37 or a 38 here. It's looking like a 38. It's going to be a 38.4. So coming on to Kindle here as he's coming around, he is looking at a 37.5. We're going through quickly here. We got to find K-Bonics as he's coming around here right now. Perfect. And he's on this run. Let's see what K-Bonic has here, ladies and gentlemen. Right now, Kindle's sitting in second there. That might not be accurate, though. We have 137, 138. This is going to keep K-Bonic at the back of the pack currently. Sir Shred coming around here. He was very close on K-Bonic here, so might have a pretty good time in here. We're going to see a 38, I think, out of Sir Shred here, and that is correct. We're going to move it down to Paps as he comes around here. And then it's going to be Arroyo for our last qualifier. So it's going to be a 38 from Pabst here. Oh, there it is. And Arroyo, our last driver to come around. Let's see what he's got as he comes out. He's on about a 128 exit. This should be about a 38, maybe a mid 37 here. We'll see how he got down on that power as he comes up this final run to the start finish line. You can see him waving the checkered flag there, our flagman, and it's going to be a little bit of a bottle lap there for Arroyo with a 141.293, so a little bit off the pace there, but again, substitute driver coming in for his first race of the season as well, ladies and gentlemen. So we're going to see these guys all just drive out. They're going to go across the first live timing line on the racetrack here, and then that will give us our racing order for the start of the race, ladies and gentlemen. So welcome in. Hope everybody enjoyed qualifying. Do let us know what you think about the one hot lap qualifying again, please, in the comments below. And it's almost race time, chat. It's almost race time. Thanks, Dad. We got Rob up in the chat as well. Nice run, Rob. Pole position going to Rob Heck. I'm almost certain of that, ladies and gentlemen. It is Rob Heck on pole, followed by Kindle, followed by Apex's Jakey. Smiley in 4th, MSP in 5th, Sir Shred in 6th, Pop in 7th, Lucas in 8th, Payme in 9th, Pagums in 10th, Agent Arunj in 11th, Pabst in 12th place, and then I believe it is K. Bonic and Arroyo rounding out our field here today, ladies and gentlemen. So there we have it. Rob Heck taking pole position by about 0.5 of a second, a little more than that. And that's going to be bonus point for Rob here. And huge points. Like I said, he's chasing Roach and Cardinal in the standings. And they're not in the race today, ladies and gentlemen. So this is huge for Rob Heck and Apex Racing's Payme coming into this race tonight. Speaking of standings, we're going to go grab them, actually. Grabbing some standings. Alright, so while our computer streamer magic stuff does what it does, we'll continue to get ready for this race to kick off here. And try not to miss the race start. These guys will have a little bit of a time frame here too as well now, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, let's go boys, says Apex Tattoos Freak. That AstroTurf on the outside, some of these turns is really slick. It used to get equated. Wet algae, like piece of your tire touches it, and you'll find yourself spinning around like a ballerina. Facts. We got Paul coming in with that heart on the stream as well. Much love. We hope everybody's doing really good tonight. I know these elite boys, they always put on an absolutely fantastic race for us week in and week out. They've had a couple weeks of rest now. They've got the cars all back at 100% mechanical standing again. This should be exciting. This really should be an exciting race here today. We're getting all the ready symbols coming up, as you can see on the left hand side of the screen. It is almost time to go racing, chat. The GOAT on pole. Happy New Year, Mr. Axel. How are you, my guy? Good luck tonight in your racing as well. Alright, chat. 25 laps in Japan at Fuji. Flat Out Racing North America, Round 7, sponsored by GTR Simulators and Apex Racing Team. And of course, graphics here provided by High Pre Graphics. I'm your host for the evening, GT45 Gaming. Welcome in and get ready, chat, because it is about to be a show. Woo! Love this, love this. Alright, I think we're just waiting for one or maybe two more readies. I don't know if they want me to say ready, but we're ready. We're ready, boys. Let's do this. Hurricane Robbie, but don't really because you'll get penalties. Let's go Knights. Hashtag Smiley. Hashtag Shred Pop. Just smoke them. Hey, at Robbie Heck Fan Club. They are in strong tonight. That is for sure. We love to see it, though. We really do. We appreciate all that support. So I believe it's about a 2-minute wait, ladies and gentlemen. That gives the drivers a chance to make any adjustments, last second decisions on those race cars, and then that's it, man. It's go time. So that's all we're waiting for here. And we're going to kick off some pretty good racing here tonight. I can't wait for this. I think this is going to be an interesting race. Without missing our two lead drivers here in the standings, I think that it's going to be anybody's game tonight. Anybody's game tonight. Alright, chat. That's it. It's go time. Are we ready? Kick them tires, light them fires. It's time to go racing. We got to fix the capture card again. Always at the worst time. Always at the worst time. We good. We good. We good. Woo! Ha ha ha. All right, green lights, chat. That's it. It's race time, and Robbie takes it off. He leads it off. Oh, we got one driver getting a really bad start in the midfield there. Looks like everybody got around him safely, but here we go. It's Fuji, turn 1, 14 guys barreling down. We got MSP taking a look inside of Jakey. Jakey's going to go up the inside of Robbie. Kindle's going to go on the outside of Robbie. Contact, a little sandwich there. Kindle goes a little bit wide, but he survives, and it's 3 wide coming out of turns 1 and 2. MSP now on the inside here of Rob Heck. Rob Heck does get jumped by Jakey, but now he's going to go up the inside of Jakey, and it is going to be a drag race into the corner. Jakey's got the optimal line. Rob's just going to settle back in here right now as Jakey remains in the lead. Great start here from Apex Racing's Jakey. He's looking spicy tonight, chat. Look out, boys. Rob Heck here, he's just going to sit patient. He's going to sit there and chase Jakey here just around the track for a minute here. Let's take a look what's going on in behind. It's just a lineup of cars. We got MSP sitting there in third place. Let's get through the field here. Let's get into the third place driver. Let's see what it looks like from his point of view here right now as Jakey and Rob Heck are going into braking. MSP taking a little bit of a look there. He's just closing up the gap there a little tiny bit. Looking for a good exit here. Wants to pull up on the backside of Rob Heck and Jakey there in first and second place. MSP doing a great job here looking in behind, and it is just a lineup of nose to tail cars. Kindle sitting there in fourth place as well. Sir Shred in fifth. Apex's Racing's Paymay in sixth with Lucas in seventh. Whew, it's been a great start to the racing here so far, chat. I don't want to take us out of these camera views just quite yet, ladies and gentlemen. I will wait until things settle down, and then we'll get the TV crew working hard. So just to bear with the chase cam motions for a minute. All right, great race start here from Apex Racing's Jakey in the lead here in first place to start lap 2. So he's in the optimal position that he'd like to be in here right now. But talk about pressure. Got World Tour driver Rob Heck sitting there right on the back door. Oh, and he goes inside out. And is he going to go on the inside of Jake here as they're coming into turns 1 and 2, ladies and gentlemen? This is a great setup here from Rob Heck. Ooh, a little bit of contact there from the two drivers, and Jakey is backwards on the racetrack. This is a dangerous position as all the drivers look like they navigate through very good. MSP now up into second place there with Jakey spinning after turn 2. We have Kindle now up into P3. We've got Sir Shred here in fourth. We've got Paymay in fifth. We've got Lucas in sixth. Pop here in seventh. Apex Racing's Pigums all the way here in the mid-pack in eighth. We've got B Paps right in behind, substitute driver tonight. This is a quick driver, ladies and gentlemen. Don't count this guy out either. Ancient Arunj here in 10th place. We've got Jet Arroyo here in 11th. We've got Smiley in 12th, right tucked in behind. We've got K Bonic here in 13th, and Apex Jakey just a little bit behind here. He's got a little bit of work to do to catch up to the pack, but I don't think that is going to be an issue. And Rob Heck getting all kinds of pressure here from MSP, so we're going to jump out real quick, chat. Don't panic, it's all good. This is normal. We have to do this all the time. It's just a part of our process here. All right, there we go. TV crews are at work. We're going to bring up some information for everybody so now you guys can follow along with us here as well. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome in. We are starting a lap midway through lap 2. I apologize. Here at Flat Out Racing for our Elite Division. It's been an interesting race start here so far. Rob Heck coming around here, but MSP is going to look up the inside of Rob here now as they come across the line. It's going to be MSP in the lead to start lap 3 here. So already 3 lead changes today and 3 different race leaders here to start this thing today. We're only on lap 3, ladies and gentlemen. Settle in. It's going to be a spicy one. So MSP now coming around turns 1 and 2 in the lead. Rob Heck in second. We got Kindle here in third, and we don't want to leave this front pack too much. We know there's going to be some battling here potentially. Sir Shred there in fourth place as well, and he is tucked right in underneath the wing of Kindle here currently. We have Paymay right there in 5th place, just behind this group as well, trying to catch back up to him. Lucas in 6th place with Pop very close behind in 7th. Great looking livery right there. We have Pigums starting to close in on Pop there. Ooh, Lucas got a little bit wide there. That's going to cost him a little bit of time and allow the pack to catch up there as well. So Paps here in 9th, Agent Arunj in 10th, and these guys are really starting to close up. Smiley here in, ooh, a little bit of lag spike there in 12th place, and that is some of the things we are dealing with in the game here. So that doesn't happen just to one driver, that happens to all the drivers. So they are at the same disadvantage, and looks like we all made it through that lag spike safely. Jake with a penalty here, not ideal, but he is gaining on K-Bonic here. So MSP in the lead, ladies and gentlemen. No, Jake. Man's just doored him off track. GT latency issues be like, no. I mean, that's up to our officials behind the scenes from this point on, ladies and gentlemen. We're not here to speculate on what's happening on the racetrack. We're just here to bring you the action. So it is what it is, ladies and gentlemen. The race continues, and MSP here is in the lead. Rob Heck here is in second place, and he's a little bit off the pace of MSP here. Maybe didn't get a great exit there, and good news for MSP if he could start to gain a little bit of time on this pack through each lap here. Get that slipstream out of the equation. He may be able to hold this lead down here for a few laps on this race as well. But Kindle is tucked right in underneath Rob Heck's wing here, and he's just got a lineup of cars in behind with three more guys. We have Sir Shred, we have Paymay, and Lucas tailing here. So Lucas is kind of leading up the mid-pack group here, the second group at the moment. But I mean, it's only 1.8 second gap here right now on the racetrack. 1.5 as they come around that very difficult high-speed left-hander. Pop still settled in right there and behind, hasn't let him get away at all in seventh, and he's still got Apex Racing's Pigums in tow. Right behind is Pabst with Smiley, just a little bit off of mirror right now as well. So every driver just cruising here, and there we go. A little bit of battle here between Arroyo and Smiley all of a sudden. I'm not sure what happened there. Maybe a little bit of a mistake there by Smiley. He got a little bit loose, and Arroyo is going to move up into 11th. Smiley's going to drop it down to 12th there, so that was a little bit interesting. I'm not exactly sure what happened there. It's almost like he appeared in front of my eyes there. That was a little weird. K-Bonix here in 13th, and Apex Jakey now starting to gain on him here. So this driver was leading the race at one point in time here and ended up facing the wrong direction coming out of turn 1 and 2, and had to settle in at the back of the pack here. So he's just now jumped ahead of K-Bonix here, so that we've just seen a teleporting issue there, ladies and gentlemen. We have seen this recently in Gran Turismo, so hashtag PD, please fix this problem. K-Bonix losing 3 seconds there with that issue, and now behind Apex Racing's Jakey. So super unfortunate there, but these guys are still on track competing one way or another. They just love to race, and they're going to put it all on the line. Head down, Jakey boy. Let's go Pigums. Fellas, have the elbows out tonight. Facts. You are not wrong there, my guy. But MSP in the lead here early on. This is the only driver so far to lead more than one lap on the racetrack here. So he's opened up a nice, tidy little gap, and it's a 138.1 here from MSP. Rob Heck chasing here in second place. Not very far behind, 1.4 seconds. We know that this driver is more than capable of putting some serious pressure on MSP if he really opted to. But right now MSP showing some good pace up ahead of him. Kindle in third place, and he's still right there behind Rob, but he's not tucked right underneath that wing anymore. So he's starting slowly but surely just to lose a little bit of time here, a little bit of time there. Not ideal. He wants to stay in that slipstream there to really stay in this battle here for podium position, try to move up into second place. We got Apex Racing's Paymay there grabbing a spot on Sir Shred. So Sir Shred dropping back to P5 there. That definitely looked like a here, take this, my man, I made a little bit of a mistake here, so I'm not going to cost us time type of thing. And great smart thinking there by Sir Shred, to be honest. So Lucas here in sixth place, and he's got Pop starting to come in right underneath that wing now. You know, he's starting to apply some pressure here to Lucas. So really tight entry there from Pop too. That's allowed him to gain a little bit more time on the rear bumper of that orange Skyline with Lucas here as they come around the final corner. Let's keep an eye on this little pack of three here and see if they're working together. Oh, and Pop goes out really wide there. That may cost him a bit of a penalty. It's definitely going to cost him a little bit of exit here, I think, on the driver in behind with Apex Racing's Pigums. But let's stick with these three guys here as we come up into turns 1 and 2 to start lap 6, ladies and gentlemen. So very quickly, this race is dripping by. It is quick. Going by fast tonight. And Lucas thought about maybe going defensive there, realizing these guys I don't think are going to take a look and try to make that battle happen right now. I think maybe the guys are already starting to think about pit strategies here moving forward a few laps from now. Of course, it depends if they're on a 1 or a 2-stop strategy. But like I said earlier in the broadcast, I do suspect we're going to see a 1-stop dominant strategy here in the division tonight. That's only based off of an educated guess. That's not for sure, ladies and gentlemen. So don't take that for face value, because we don't know what these drivers got in their minds with their crews in their ears, sitting behind the wheels of these race cars. PD doesn't fix issues. They're trying, guys. We got to be patient with PD. It's a very broken system with the 2 different generations of console right now, and they're working very hard to fix it. So much love to our leagues and our drivers and our fans and our viewers still showing that support week in and week out. We can't do it without you. We're all just in the same boat. We're just trying our hardest to enjoy the game, and when it is fixed and when it is proper, we all know it's going to be just absolutely spectacular and epic. So we just got to be patient. We just got to be patient, guys and gals. Smiley here in 11th, Arroyo in 12th, so those two have swapped positions back. Apex Jakey now trying to gain on Arroyo there, and K-Bonic still here in 14th place. So unfortunate there, we've seen that little bit of a glitch happening to K-Bonic here, and we are starting to see that a little bit here and there. And there's a lot of speculation on what's causing some of the issues in the game right now, but at the end of the day, I think that it's just too complex for our older consoles, and I think that it's just eventually going to require that upgrade, ladies and gentlemen. I really do. It's sad but true. It's sad but true. So MSP's coming around here and looking real strong. 1.3 second gap still on Rob Heck here in first place. He's been looking real good. To start off this race, he's made some very quick, decisive moves, and now he's just trying to control the pace of the race here. Let's go, Peyton, and Jakey says Clarissa. Let's go, Paymay says Freak. Oh, there's the love. Love's coming in. Clarissa with the like and stream as well. Much love, everybody. Rob Heck here in second, and slowly but surely dripping away at that time of the leader in MSP up ahead of him here. We've got Kindle in third, and again, substitute driver here today, ladies and gentlemen. So clearly a very quick driver. Sir Shred in fourth place, so he's gotten back around Apex Racing's Paymay, so these two are swapping fourth and fifth back around a little bit here as well as this race is progressing early on. Lucas is starting to close in on those guys a little bit because of those couple of little battles, not really battles, but passes for position, and that's allowing Lucas to slowly but surely start to kind of gain on those guys up ahead of him here. Apex Racing's Pigums, pardon me, up into 7th place here, so I'm not sure what's happened to Pop, but he's lost a couple of positions, one to Pigums and one to Pabst here as he's coming around as well. So another substitute driver in here today showing some very good pace here tonight. Pop dropping down 2 spots here into 9th place. Maybe a penalty there. We did see him go wide on exit of the final corner about a lap and a half ago, so that may have been what cost him that time. Agent Arunj here holding down the top 10 for Flying Fox Racing here as well, as you can see him coming around that final corner here, and we're gonna let our camera crew do their magic here, get a good look at that Flying Fox livery. A little too close, camera guy, good try though. Arroyo here in 11th place as he comes down. Jakey is starting to close in on him here. He's got that down to slipstream range now, so another good solid lap from Jakey. A little bit more time gain. He may have another position to gain in that driver. Smiley's dropped back down to P13 here, and I'm not sure if he's suffering from the same issue that K-Bonic is suffering from, or if he's just made a couple of little mistakes here, because again, in this division it's so tight and the drivers are so equally paced, as we've seen in qualifying for the most part, that it is so hard to regain on a driver when you lose that time on him. You got to really hope that they make them little bobbles and those little mistakes themselves, and in this division you don't see it that often, so you're kind of just hoping that you got the long straw, or you got the big side of the wishbone, and hope you got a little bit of luck at the draw, and hope that driver just loses a lapse of concentration for a split second, and all of a sudden it just changes the race factor for you. But other than that, you got to put your head down, and you got to make sure you got to keep that right and tight and consistent to not lose any time on that guy ahead of you as well. Sony's fault. PD could not give us the game we wanted to. Absolutely give him heck. Bigham's gaining go. James Hatfield Metallica. You know it's sad but true. Facts right there. Facts. So MSP still in the lead here. Rob Heck chasing, and he is closing in. He's now in that slipstream, so he's starting to feel the rhythm here. He's going to start to put some pressure on MSP here, and he is bringing Kindle along for the ride, so we could see a 3-way battle happening for the lead here very, very shortly as well. Some good racing here tonight, but we're seeing a lot of patient driving as well. MSP really tried to open up that gap as much as he could here, but it is now Rob Heck and Kindle starting to close the door in on him. Now remember, he was driving alone. If these two guys are bump drafting and slipstreaming a little bit, that's going to be enough for these two to eventually close the door on the later 2 versus 1 situation there, and of course 2 typically will win over 1 guy by himself, so a little bit of pushing and a little bit of bump drafting and a little bit of pulling along, and bada bing bada boom, you have a new developed battle all of a sudden up in front of you. So a little bit of teamwork from competitors can make a big difference in a race sometimes. We have Sir Shred here walking around in 4th place with Apex Racing's Paymay just tucked in behind here in 5th, about a second off the back end, a little less. Lucas is about 2.5 seconds off these guys here. He's leading that back group with Apex Racing's Pigums right there in behind, just lost a little bit off the back bumper there. Pabst is still sitting there very solidly in 8th place. He's been having a great race here so far. Pop here in 9th with Agent Aruj closing in, so Agent Aruj starting to make some ground up here as well. We got Arroyo here with Apex Racing's Jakey right on his back door here, so let's jump on board with Jakey here. I have a feeling Jakey may want to try and get around this driver, but I could be wrong. They may be very equally paced, and he's just comfortable with sitting in behind. But we're going to jump on board with Apex Racing's Jakey here and see if anything develops out of this as we come up this long run out of the final corner to the start-finish line to start lap 10. He is keeping nice and close here, so it's going to come down to which one of these two drivers really has that best final corner. Jakey really floated that corner out wide, but he got down on the power quite early. A little bit of a slide from that car, and he is, I'm going to say, about equal on that exit with Arroyo up in front there. So no real time gain there by Jakey. We got Smiley here in 13th and Kebonic here again. Leading out the field here, and there we go. Of course, we leave the track for a second up front here, and Rob Heck has taken the lead back from MSP. So Rob Heck now back leading this race here, and MSP sitting here in second chasing. So Rob Heck has turned it up a little bit. He's turned up the heat. He's turned up the pace. He's like, all right, boys, let's see what you guys got. Kindle here still in third place. He's starting to close in on the backside of MSP here as well. Still some great battling up front there, though. We got Sir Shred and Paymay up there in 4th and 5th place. Let's stick up with this group here in 1st, 2nd, and 3rd place. We'll sit right in the middle driver here currently with Rockefeller Racing's MSP as he is trying to chase Rob Heck down, stay in that slipstream around the racetrack here, and hold Kindle off here for taking that P2 away as well. So Kindle is really closing up the door here as MSP is, again, working on trying to get P1 back from Rob Heck here, but you can see that driver in behind. He is almost glued to the rear bumper of that white Nissan GTR here, and let's see who gets the better exit here. Great tight corner by both drivers, about a similar exit, I'm going to guess. So let's see if Kindle gives him a push, or let's see if Kindle decides to try and make a move here. Rob got a great exit there. You can see the distance gained by Rob Heck here, and Kindle's going to opt to take that P2 position away from MSP coming into turn 1 and 2. He's going to get the job done before they get into the corner. MSP thought about responding back, but he just opts to sit in behind here. So Kindle now moving up into 2nd place here, maybe deciding he's got more pace on the driver currently with MSP up in front of him, so they're deciding to go around and start to chase Rob Heck back down here. So MSP settles back into 3rd place here as he loses a couple of positions on this lap. Sir Shred in 4th place, Paymay here in 5th, we got Lucas in 6th, Pigums here in 7th, we've got Babst in 8th, we've got Pop in 9th, Agent Arun still holding down the top 10 here. Jakey has now gotten around Arroyo and now trying to set Agent Arun in his sights here as he has about a 1 second gap on Arroyo currently. So Arroyo dropped a spot there to Jakey, dropping down to P12. Smiley just catching up here. He is starting to gain some ground back up on these drivers up here as well. Here in P13, and Kebonic holding it down here in 14th place as well. So again, I do believe we see a couple of our drivers suffering from a little bit of the coding issues that we're seeing in the game, of course. Max on minus 720, yeah, alright, think PS4 is max at 720, let's go Robbie, Pigum's moving up, go, go, go. Yeah, that's right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm still on the PS4 currently here right now on GT45 Gaming, so we can only stream in 720p as our top quality, but we are looking at making the move, of course, to the new generation console, and that will allow us to get you guys some 1080p high definition video from that point on. So just bear with us, we are getting there, ladies and gentlemen. So Kindle in 2nd place, and he's made that time up on Rob Heck here, and he is looking very, very racy here today. This man is out for a fight, and he has Rob Heck in his sights. Let's see if he's got what it takes to catch up to our race leader here currently. Sir Shred here in 3rd place now. Paymay in 4th. We've got Lucas in 5th with Pigums in 6th. Babst here in 7th, Pop in 8th, Agent Arunj in 9th, Jakey here in 10th, Arroyo in 11th, Smiley in 12th. We've got MSP in pit lane here, so he is on a 2-stop strategy, it looks like. We could be wrong. He could be on a 1-stop strategy as well, but definitely coming in much earlier than the rest of the race car drivers up ahead of him. So different strategy coming out of MSP here as he does make a pit stop here, and the first driver to make a pit stop here today as well. So we are about midway point through this race, ladies and gentlemen. And we probably are going to start seeing some of the drivers thinking about making some pit stops here over the next 2, 3, 4 laps. So it'll be interesting to see what all our drivers opt to do as they continue around the racetrack here. So just moving through the field here, we have Rob Heck in first place as he's coming around the final corner here. And the question is, does he opt to pit, or is he going to stay out for another lap? It does not appear that he is going to jump into pit lane here, and he's not. He's going to continue on, so he's going to go for another lap here, and so as Kindle in second place and behind. Now 1.1 second gap between our first and second place drivers, so he has definitely got the pace, I think, here to battle with Rob Heck today. Sir Shred up into P3 with that pit stop from MSP, and he's going to go around again here as well, ladies and gentlemen. And he's having a really good race. He had a great finish in Brands Hatch at round 6 before the holiday season, and moving into the new year here, he's having another good run at Fuji here as well. Apex Racing's Paymay here in 4th place and starting to close in on Sir Shred here a little bit as well. So these two have been swapping that position back and forth all race long here so far. So very equally paced drivers is what that shows me here on the racetrack tonight. Got Lucas now up into 5th place, of course, with MSP's pit stop there, and he is a little bit off those guys up front, 5.7 seconds, so a little bit off the pace of the leading pack up ahead there, but still ahead of Piggums here by about Slipstream's distance, ladies and gentlemen. So moving down to Apex Racing's Piggums here in 6th place as well. Again, thanks courtesy of the pit stop made by the driver ahead of these guys. He'll grandfather up a spot here, and he is about the same distance from Lucas here. We got Paps here in 7th, with Pop very close behind there in 8th. As we see, he hasn't really let anything go on that driver up in front, and now we've got Agent Arunj here starting to close in on Pop up ahead as well. Apex's Jakey has closed in on Agent Arunj here, and he's moved up into the top 10 now as well. Arroyo in 11th, we have Smiley up into 12th, K-Bonic in 13th, and of course MSP after that pit stop here in 14th, and he is just off the back end of K-Bonic there. So it's going to be interesting to see where everybody ends up after the full series of pit stops do finish here today. Alright, so I do just want to take another minute, ladies and gentlemen, especially for those that are just tuning in. We are presenting for Flat Out Racing North America. It is a sim racing league here on the Gran Turismo 7 platform. This is round 7. We are at Fuji in the beautiful country of Japan, and it is a 25-lap race. This is the elite division. It's the top division out of all the divisions here at Flat Out Racing North America. This is a live broadcast, family friendly, so your kids can watch, ladies and gentlemen. And it is sponsored by GTR Simulator's Apex Racing Team. Graphics are provided by Hypre Graphics, and I'm your host for the evening, GT45 Gaming. And as we get ready for our round of pit stops, ladies and gentlemen, we're just going to pop something up for everybody here for just a moment, so bear with me.
Introducing RS30 Ultra, the first sim racing wheel and pedals designed by a professional championship racer. With RS30 Ultra, you'll race like a pro and feel like one too. By GTR Simulator. Go fast.
Alright, as we're talking about our sponsors, I figured the midpoint of the race would be a good time to drop that in before we start seeing our series of pit stops progress here at the race. So much love, of course, to our sponsors, GTR Simulators as well. As you guys can see on the right hand side of the screen, there's also some Flat Out Racing merchandise available through one of our title sponsors' websites. They're at Apex Sim Racing. So Apex Racing, ladies and gentlemen, is title sponsor, but you go to apexsimracing.com, all one word, all lowercase, and head over there and hit the Apex apparel, and there is of course Apex gear there available for the Apex Racing fans out there, and there is apparel out there for Flat Out Racing and all the partners as well. So if you're interested and you want to go check out what they do have up to offer, of course in the GT45 Gaming Facebook comments it is pinned, and again, just let us know in the comments if you need a way to find out. We'll get that out there for everybody. So we do appreciate everybody's support, down to the sponsors, down to the staff behind the scenes, down to our track officials, and all the volunteers on the racetrack. All these racing communities, all these racetracks, all depend on volunteers' time in order to function, all these events that happen week in and week out on these racetracks, day in and day out. So much love to the volunteers. The volunteers are always the biggest heroes in all this, and they're always the unsung heroes. You don't hear about what the volunteers do to make things happen, and you know what? The volunteers are the heart and soul of racing in real life and here in the sim racing world. So we appreciate all the volunteers out there. We know you're out there. We know you guys are awesome. You gals are awesome. We see you. We love you, and thank you for all the work you do to help us put on great, amazing events like this every single day of the week, week in and week out. Really do appreciate it. So Pop is in the lead now with these pit stops. We haven't seen all our drivers stop. Pop hasn't stopped. Agent Arunj hasn't stopped. Smiley has not stopped. Rob Heck has stopped, and he comes out in 4th place after his stop. And the whole group behind him has now stopped as well. So Kindle's still out in behind Rob Heck here in 5th. MSP is back up into what will be 3rd position once these other guys make their pit stops, chasing Rob Heck and Kindle. We have Sir Shred in behind him here in 7th. Paymay in 8th. Pagums in 9th. Paps in 10th. Lucas in 11th. Jakey in 12th. Arroyo in 13th, and K-Bonic in 14th. So it does look like Lucas was the big loser out of those pit stops. They're dropping about 3 positions in the field with his pit stop. So maybe he's on a little bit of an alternative strategy here as compared to the rest of the field. Cartier West Gaming coming in with that thumbs up. Hi, dude. How you doing? Much love, brother. Are all the elites running an automatic transmission? They're actually running manual transmissions, ladies and gentlemen. I don't think a single one of these guys is running an automatic transmission in the game, and the reason for that being is I think that's just what the game is telling you guys. Again, these guys are running manual transmissions, ladies and gentlemen. They're definitely not running automatics. If they were running automatic transmissions, then we would see much different things out of the shifting from these drivers. We would see erratic shifting as opposed to what we expect to see out of an elite division like this. We see them skipping gears to get better traction out of exits and stuff like that. You don't see that in automatic. You can't do that in automatic driving. An automatic car will rev the car out through every gear, or right through its rev limiter until it's ready to shift a gear, and then it shifts the gears. So you would run out of fuel pretty quickly if you drove an automatic here in the league racing. So I'm 99% certain that probably 99.5% of the drivers in any racing league do drive on manual transmissions. Easier to save fuel, easier to save tires, easier to get better rotation around the corners, and just faster around the racetrack at the end of the day. Kindle here in 2nd place. We have MSP in 3rd, Sir Shred in 4th. Paymay is in 5th. We may see battle between these two guys here yet before the race is over. We got Pigums in 6th. We got Pabst in 7th. I know him by his other name here, so it's hard for me to say it without the rest of it. Lucas here in 8th. We got Pop in 9th. We've got Agent Arunj in 10th. We've got Jakey here in 11th. He's trying to chase that top 10 driver down. Smiley in 12th. Arroyo in 13th. And K-Bonic here rounding out the field. So we still have all the drivers on track. So the cars are definitely running good here today, and it's fantastic. No way we could fuel save with auto. No facts. Absolutely not. It's just the nature of the beast. Even in real life, these cars aren't automatic. They are manual transmission. It's done by paddle shifting on the steering wheel nowadays, as opposed to a real shifter, unless it's an actual a road race car style series. But for the most part, with new technology nowadays, for those of you out there that aren't sure, it is come down to paddle shifting. So it's you don't have to do the clutch. It's a lot simpler now to drive a manual transmission car nowadays, of course, with the advancements in our technology as society grows. So good for the racers, makes it a little bit easier on them, I'm sure, too. There's a little bit less to have to think about and worry about while you're on the racetrack. You just get to focus on getting that car around as absolutely quickly as possible, safely as possible at that point. So not a bad thing. Definitely not a bad thing. Rob Heck has a 2.7 second gap currently here on Kindle. Kindle was keeping a really good pace here in that first stint, but just a little bit off on the back foot here currently, doing his best to keep up with Rob here. But now Rob smells blood in the water, and I think he's going to just send it here for the remainder of this race. We have about 9 laps remaining here, so MSP here currently sitting in 3rd place, 2.2 seconds from Sir Shred. Now, if you guys were paying attention there a few laps ago, you do know that there are some drivers on different compounds of tires here coming near the end of this race, and that could play into where they finish here at race's end as well. So Apex Racing's Paymay tucked right in behind Sir Shred almost here. By the end of this straightaway, he will be right on top of that guy, that car. So a little bit of slipstream is going to help Paymay get ripping up the track here. We got Rob Hepka's fastest lap on the track, a 137.292 as well, ladies and gentlemen. So if he holds that lap, the fastest lap throughout the race, of course, that will be an additional bonus point for Rob Heck on top of the pole position bonus point that he earned in qualifying. Pabst here in 7th, and he's got Lucas starting to close in. He's got Pop right there in behind as well, so we're starting to see some of these guys starting to close back up, but we always see that here in this elite division. It looks like nothing's going to happen, and then we don't know which battle to watch at the end of the race. So Apex Jakey here starting to close in on Agent Aroon, just 2.9 seconds. He's still got some work to do there to close in on that driver. Smiley here in 12th place, 4.3 seconds behind Jakey. Arroyo 4.9 seconds behind Smiley. K-Bonix about 10 seconds behind Arroyo right now. So a little bit of gap in the back part of the field there, but not so much in the front half of the field. Our first to 5th place drivers is only a matter of a handful of seconds. So Rob Heck in the lead, 2.9 seconds, slowly but surely. He just continues to open that gap up a little bit on that 2nd place driver. But this is Fuji, ladies and gentlemen, and as one of the viewers stated there a little bit earlier in the track, if you get a couple of tires outside that curbing and onto that AstroTurf, it can cause you issues, especially as those tires do start to degrade. MSP here in 3rd place, and he's coming around. He's starting to feel the pressure from those drivers coming in behind. 1.2 seconds now is that gap, so he's losing some time here to these two guys in behind with Sir Shred and Apex Racing's Paymay. Potential battle starting to brew here for 4th, 5th, and 6th place maybe. Be interesting to see what happens. We're going to stick with that here, actually. We're just going to go through and make sure we're not missing anything immediately here. Paps in 7th. Penalty here for Lucas, I believe, so that should allow Pop to really gain some ground here. Lucas is going to semi-defend here. He's going to wait for Pop to go on the outside, but of course that momentum loss just allows Pop to drive on the outside. Now Pop's going to try and break the slip. He's going to go back into the racing line. A little bit of defensive driving happening here, but Lucas under braking closes the door right back up on Pop here, and he's making a battle out of this position here for 8th and 9th place currently. And this is a good, healthy battle between these two drivers, so we are going to stick with this battle just for a moment. I'm keeping my eye on that 6th, 7th area there, but we're definitely going to keep our eye on this here, as these guys are having a little spirited battle here developing as they're coming around the middle part of this racetrack. Again, you can just see Pabst up there as well, so he's like, yeah boys, battle a little bit, give me some breathing room here, that'd be beautiful. Lucas is like, come on Pabst, come on Pop, I gotta get you, I'm gonna get you, I gotta catch you, I gotta get you. So he is in that slipstream as they're coming around here, and Pop is aware. Pop is more than aware that Lucas is back there. You can tell by how he's taking semi-defensive lines and then waiting for Lucas to make his decision on where he's going to park that car, and then Pop is going back into that racing line to set up for that next corner. So Pop is more than aware that that orange car is lingering right there in the background. We have Agent Aroons there, Jakey 2.5 seconds, slowly but surely dipping away there. So let's get back up to this battle for 3rd, 4th, and 5th place here. I figured about a lap's time this was going to be starting to happen here. So MSP here in 3rd place. He has Sir Shred right on the rear bumper, and Pagum's closing in. So Sir Shred's going to go up the inside of MSP here as they come into turns 1 and through turns 1 and kind of, I guess this is turn 1 essentially. It's just a really hard hairpin corner, and then turn 2 of course is this part right here. So MSP does get past there by Sir Shred, so a great move there by Sir Shred coming into turn 1 and out of turns 2 there, and that is going to put MSP out of the podium here, but he is still in the fight for these podiums. But now he's got Apex Racing's Paymay starting to put the pressure on, and Paymay's like, all right, now it's my turn, I gotta get around you here if I want to keep up with that driver up in front. So Paymay setting up for a cutback here, and does he get it done? He gets all the power. MSP gets a little bit loose on exit there, and that's going to be enough for Paymay to slot in front of MSP. So MSP losing 2 spots there to Sir Shred and Apex Racing's Paymay. So Sir Shred up into that podium position. Apex Racing's Paymay knew the moment Sir Shred got around MSP, he had to get around as quickly as possible, and he made it happen there. He tried not to lose any more time on that driver up in front. Did not want MSP in between them there. So the battle for podium for Apex Racing's Paymay here still on. Apex Racing's Pigham's here in 6th place, just behind these guys with Paps in 7th. Pop here in 8th place, and Lucas is still right there. He hasn't closed right too tight on him here, but he hasn't let him get away yet either. So we may stick with this here for another run through turns 1 and 2 here, as it all comes down to exit on these two drivers. Again, a really solid exit here and a good run. It really does allow you to gain time on the driver in front if they make that mistake, and it's hard to say what kind of run that Pop got there. He went out a little bit wide. It looks like Lucas got a little bit tighter there, so you can see Lucas is really starting to close up on that green GTR Pop up ahead of him here. So we are definitely starting to see some guys pushing. We have 5 laps remaining essentially with this lap included, ladies and gentlemen. We're getting very near the end of this race, so we're going to start seeing guys pushing when they know they can. We're going to start seeing guys try to get that next position up in front, but Rob Heck here up in front, 3.7 seconds. I wouldn't say it's comfy, it's a cushion, but a little mistake closes that 3-second gap up really quickly here. Kindle in 2nd place, 12 seconds to Sir Shred there on 3rd place. So really the battle for the lead is between Rob Heck and Kindle here, and Kindle has some work to do if he wants to get a shot at it before the race ends here. As they're coming around, they're going to be starting lap 22, so it will be 4 laps to go once they come across that start-finish line, ladies and gentlemen. Sir Shred, and he's starting to feel the pressure here. Payme is starting to squeeze a little bit here as he's closing up on the rear bumper of Sir Shred here as they're coming around the final few corners of lap 21. And you can see just off in the distance is still Rockefeller Racing's MSP. He hasn't really lost these guys. He's still right there. If any one of these guys makes a mistake, he is going to be there to try and take advantage of an opportunity. So MSP's job is to stay as close as he can to these two guys up ahead of him here. Use whatever slipstream, whatever better corner he can get on these guys, and just try not to let them get too far off in the distance here. But Payme has a podium position sitting there right in front of him. He's not going to be content with just sitting in behind Sir Shred for too much longer here, I don't think, ladies and gentlemen, as we come through turns 1 and 2 here. And I think it's going to get interesting between this 3rd and 4th place driver here. They've been very close together all race long, but now it's going to come down to it. It's going to come down to who wants that podium more than the other driver. Okay, Peyton, let's see if podium. Let's go, Payme. Let's go. Keep pushing, Payme. Oh, the Payme fans are out tight now. They are screaming for their boy. And we are, I think, going to see a battle for this position before the night's over. Nolander coming in with the love as well. How you doing, my guy? Have a good stream. I'll send you a little bit of information right after the broadcast, my dude. Whoa, who's this as Kindle? Must have missed him in the sign-up. Smoking fast. Facts. Alright, Apex Racing's Payme. He's in the slip, still 3/4 of a second. It really does come down to that final corner and who gets the better exit between those two drivers. MSP doing everything he can to keep up. Apex Racing's Pigham's starting to close in on MSP. We have Pabst here, in 7th place just behind. Pop just behind him still. Lucas in 9th. Lost a little bit of time there on Pop up in front. Agent Arunj here in 10th place has been doing real well holding down that top 10 here today. Jakey still trying to chase. 3.1 seconds. Hasn't really been able to gain any time there. Smiley in 12th with Arroyo in 13th and K-Bonic holding up the field here. So we got, well, 2.5 laps remaining, ladies and gentlemen. It's getting down to the wire here. We're just coming into the start of the middle part of the racetrack, essentially the early middle sector, as Rob Heck comes around that really hard left-hand sweeping corner, followed up by this really long sweeping corner. This one really chews on your tires as you come around it, and then you got to get settled in, get your nose down, and get ready for this next hairpin corner to the left as you're coming downhill as well, ladies and gentlemen. So very difficult racetrack Fuji is, and then it kind of levels out and lets you get some speed back into the car, lets you get some momentum going, and then bam, you're in an extremely hard final technical sector to get to that start-finish line. And it's just a hard track. It's tough on the tires, you know, and these guys have been doing a spectacular job here as we see Rob coming around 4.1 second lead on our 2nd place driver Kindle here, and Kindle's cruising. He's definitely moving here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Sir Shred still holding down P3 from Apex Racing's Payme here. We've been kind of keeping our eye on this one, making sure we're not going to miss this fight when it does come down, if it does come down to it. But I mean, it's going to be now or never here pretty soon, ladies and gentlemen. Payme is running out of time to try and get the job done. Let's go, y'all. Come on, Payday. Keep your head, Sir Shred. Hoo-hoo, boy. It's getting... I'm feeling tingles. I think we're in for an absolute great battle between 3rd and 4th place here before the end of this race. But Sir Shred's showing some great patience and consistency here. Let's go take a look at Payday. Just a hair... And I mean just a hair off the times that's being put in this driver in front. So Shred is just doing everything just a little bit better than Payday here currently right now as we're starting lap 24, ladies and gentlemen. We're at 2 to go here. Oh boy, it's going to get spicy. It's going to get spicy. We're going to go back to the leader here. Going to give our man Rob Heck some love here as he's been doing a great job leading this race. 4.2 seconds. Kindle has been having a fantastic debut race here this season. Definitely showing he's got what it takes to sit here up front with these guys and put it all on the line. Sir Shred looking for back-to-back really strong performances here as well for the Knights, I believe it is. I believe. But we are sitting here. Payday is starting to take a look here now. He's starting to bob and weave a little bit more. He's trying to get some fresh air. Oh, and Sir Shred makes the mistake. He gets a little bit wide, but so does Payday. He almost followed the same line there. Gonna have a little bit of dust on the tires here, but there's lots of time to get rid of that as these guys are coming again full send up into these final sectors here. And we're keeping an eye on where our leaders are at here as well. But I think the battle is definitely right here between 3rd and 4th here to finish this race. So Payday is close right up on Sir Shred. And Payday, I think, has just been sitting there being very patient. I think he's just been waiting to find that moment. And this could be it, ladies and gentlemen. If we're going to see the move, we're going to see it on the next lap. That's it. I mean, we're almost down to the wire here. So exit will be everything for both these drivers to determine who's going to hold that spot at the end of the straightaway. And Payday got on it real hard there, got a little wiggle. That might cost him in the slipstream, but here he is. He's in that slip. It's pulling him in tight. You can see that time dripping little bit at a time, little bit at a time, little bit at a time. Is there the move coming into turn 1? Ooh, it's getting heaty, Chad. It's getting heaty. It's getting heaty. He is right in on the back door here. He's going to take a little peek inside. It wasn't really there for him, so he just took a look. He's going to settle in behind. And we're going to make sure that we don't miss our leaders come across the start-finish line here. But boy, oh boy, we have got a cooker of a battle for that final podium position here in the Elite Division tonight. And it is between Sir Shred and Apex Racing's Payday. And this will be the first podium, I believe, for either one of these drivers, whichever one of it is that ends up with it here at the end of the night. And we can't tell yet. It's too hard to tell. The pressure's on. Payday is absolutely putting the pressure on Sir Shred here. Sir Shred has responded. And Payday's going to look inside. Is he going to be able to get a run as they come around the corner? Sir Shred has that inside track, so he should have the better run coming through here. Payday realizes as he tucks in. Is Sir Shred going to go defensive here? Yes, he is, as they're coming into the final sets of chicanes here. And unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, we got to go jump to the leaders as they come across the finish line. Apex Racing's Payday is slotting in front. We're going to try and stick with this as long as we physically can, ladies and gentlemen, as this battle's coming through the final few corners. Payday's got the inside track coming into this corner. Can he get it done side by side? These guys are not giving an inch. Here we go. He gets up in front, ladies and gentlemen. I got to move up front. Rob Heck is our winner here in round 7. Congratulations to Rob Heck. Kindle very close behind here in P2. Let's get back to this battle, and it's not over. Who's going to get the better exit? Payday's outside. Sir Shred's on the outside. It's going to be a drag race to the finish line. Who's going to get it, Chad? Who's going to get it? Who's going to get it? Sir Shred in the lead. Payday in the lead. Drag race. It's going to be a photo finish, Chad. Here we go. This is how we love to see it, and it's going to be Payday for 3rd place, and Sir Shred is going to get 4th. Apex Racing's Payday is going to slot in that final podium position. MSP in 5th place. Pagums is going to come across here in 6th. Pop very close behind his Paps. 7th place, Paps in 8th. We've got Lucas coming through here. That is going to be a 9th place finish for him. Agent Orouge is going to hold on to that top 10 here today as well. Smiley in 11th. Jakey's going to come through here in 12th place. Arroyo in his first race is going to settle in here in P13. And Kay Bonnet coming around here to round out the field in 14th place. Every single driver is on the lead lap here as well, ladies and gentlemen. What a race. Whew. These guys never fail to disappoint with the action, chat, ever. Drag race to the finish, and the live timing line says it is Apex Payday for the final podium position today. Whew. That was intense, ladies and gentlemen. That was intense. What a job by those two drivers. Full-fledged half-lap battle for that final podium position, and that was beautiful. That was some beautiful driving by Apex Racing's Payday and Sir Shred. Let me tell you, that's why these guys are the best of the best, ladies and gentlemen. Whew. Let's go Knights, go Shred. Woo, what a finish. Whoa, boy, yeah, boy, yes, yeah, good job, Robbie. Pay May, yeah, boy, Peyton May. That's how you do it. Yeah, my guy, get her done. Outstanding, awesome racing. Ooh, the chat. Chat is lit up right now. We love you guys. Thank you so much. That was a great race. What a great race, ladies and gentlemen. What the way to start 2023 here so far at Flat Out Racing in North America. 2 spectacular races here today. Wow. Whew. Whew. Oh my, chat. Oh my. Oh, that was intense. I'm sweating beads here in the comments box. These guys, they just do not give your comm man a break here, and I love it. We love that hot, intense action here. That was some great driving, some great racing today. We're excited. We love it. We love it. We love it. Alright, so we're just going to move it over to our podium interview chat here. We're going to leave this with you guys just for a moment, of course, until all this is said and done officially, unofficially. So, the way this works, ladies and gentlemen, of course, now the drivers have 24 hours to file any incident reports that happened on the racetrack. And then, of course, our amazing staff behind the scenes does what they do. They make their assessments. They deal out any penalties if necessary. And we move into round 8, ladies and gentlemen. So sit tight. Don't run anywhere. We're not finished here yet, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to go talk to our podium finishers here tonight as well. But huge race here for Rob Heck. But not getting that fastest lap on the racetrack here today. So just letting that bonus point slip through his fingers here. Alright, so we're just going to flip you over here, chat. We're going to send you over to the beautiful podium interview screen here. You're going to come hang out with me, and we're going to do what we do here behind the scenes while we talk with you. But that was, I mean, wow, chat. Again, 2 really solid races here so far this evening from amateur division, of course, last night live, and now our elite guys just putting on a show. For everybody out there again today. That was fantastic, ladies and gentlemen, and much love to all the drivers on the racetrack, because they all put the show on here today, but only 3 can end up on the podium, unfortunately, here today. And it was a good race. It was a good race. Alright. Fantastic. So we're just gonna go hang out here for a second. We have Pei Mei up in the house already. We'll be waiting for, of course, Rob and S. Kindle. If somebody could help Kindle and direct him to the proper channel in Discord to do this podium interview, that'd be fantastic. Again, he is a reserve driver, first race of the season, so he may not know where the interviews are held. So if somebody could help him out with that, that'd be fantastic. Are you guys ready? I think, and I'm just suspecting here, but I think Pei Mei is going to be pretty excited. 4 1000s, dude. Yeah, thank you for the announcing. .004. I see it on the board. Congrats, Robbie. Robbie is hot. Prove me wrong. Hey. That was a huge win for Robbie here tonight. We all know that he definitely needed that win, so I'm sure he's not going to be displeased with that either. Alright, well, we definitely have Pei Mei up in the house, and he is our 3rd place finisher, so we're going to start off, of course, with talking with Pei Mei. So just give me a moment, chat. We gotta flip a couple different switches and a couple little different buttons here, and rock and roll. Turn up some volumes, you know, the good stuff. Ooh, that's a little too loud. There we go. Alright, you guys heard the ding. How'd it sound? Haha. Whoo. Alright, so. Alright, we do have 2 of the finishers in here. And again, like I said, if somebody could help S. Kindle direct him to the proper spot if he wants to have a chance to talk on the podium, that'd be fantastic. I can, absolutely. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So we do have, there we go. We have all our drivers up in the chat here. Fantastic. So we are going to start with our third place finisher here tonight, Apex Racing's Paymay. Now, he is sitting coming into the race tonight, of course, third overall in the standings. He had really needed to take advantage of the fact that Roach and Cardinal were not in the lineup today. And with a very fun, spirited battle and a drag race to the finish line, he just edges out Sir Shred by 4/1000ths of a second, ladies and gentlemen. That's how close it was. Photo finish at the finish line here today for Paymay. But congratulations nonetheless. You're the one standing on the podium, and unfortunately your competitor is just looking from the outside today. So how'd that feel? How was that battle at the end of the race for you?
Oh man, it was extravagant to say the least. Um, I felt like me and them battled the whole race, back and forth, back and forth. Um, and just to come down to that last turn on the last lap, I mean, I stayed behind him for a while trying to save a little bit of fuel, but man, yeah, I'm still shaking a little bit. Adrenaline still rushed a little bit. It was close. That was probably the closest race finish I've had.
Absolutely, and happy with your result here this evening?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I wish I could have got the 2 or 1, but uh, I'm happy with a podium right now. Just hoping consistency helps me out in the end of the season.
Well, we got 3 weeks left to go. You're going to be still sitting very solidly up on the top three spots here going into round eight. How do you prepare now moving forward for the run to the championship, the final three races? Where's your focus lie? I mean, what's the goal here now?
Mainly just trying to pinpoint what those faster guys are doing that I'm not doing. Um, I really just need to actually sit down and focus and work on my braking and acceleration and maybe get my pedals mounted upside down. Just some small things, but mostly just little tedious stuff that I need to put some effort into.
Well, absolutely, and you weren't wrong. I mean, you and Sir Shred were like butter on toast here today. It seemed like you two just belonged together. You'd never ever left each other on the racetrack all race long, but and just fitting with a nice spirited battle at the end. So, anything you want to add to your race today, my man?
Oh yeah, shout out to him for a clean race. Everyone else as well, and didn't have any problems throughout. Appreciate everybody showing up. Big thank you for giving us this platform to speak on and try to make a little light of ourselves. Congratulations to first, second, and big thanks to the Apex team, my family. That's about all.
Absolutely. Well, I mean, again, great job here tonight, and I know that the clubhouse is probably popping off right now. So go get in there and go celebrate with the team, my man.
Woo!
Congratulations, and have yourself a fantastic evening.
Absolutely. Thank you guys.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, and we know that that clubhouse is rocking right now over there at the Apex Sim Racing Clubhouse. So the boys are probably very, very excited for their driver. But moving over down the line here, first time in the series this season, ladies and gentlemen, coming in as a substitute driver here today. Last minute fill in is S. Kindle, and let me tell you, this man can drive. He is quick. He definitely applied some pretty decent pressure to our eventual race winner, Rob Heck, for a majority of the race, and he had some good battling there with MSP as well near the end of the race to really solidify his way up to the middle of the podium here. So, congratulations, first of all. Great racing from you here today. You looked great out there, and how did it feel?
Good, man. Didn't get too much practice. I kind of got informed about an hour before that I could be a sub, so I just hurried up and did what I could, and I'm really happy with the result.
Absolutely. Now, do you typically race with Rob Heck and some of these faster gentlemen normally, or is this your first experience racing against some of these faster caliber drivers?
Oh no, I've known these guys for years. We race in top split together in the manufacturer events and all that. I met them in Indianapolis when we went to the Porsche event, so I've known them for a long time.
Absolutely. Well, it definitely showed some great pace out there. I really did think that we were maybe going to see you put the pressure on him there at the end, but he just had a little bit more pace than you, just enough to keep that gap opened up and just wouldn't really let you close in on that second stint. But how'd you find the racing here in this absolutely fast action pack group of elite here?
It was nice, man. We had some crazy stuff happen in turn one. Uh, Kind of scared me a little bit, but once that all got sorted out, it went smooth sailing from there. So I was really happy with it.
Absolutely, and I mean, I know, like I said, your first race of the season, but still coming in with a good P2 finish, and I mean that P2 finish has taken all those points away from another driver that really probably could have used them tonight. Again, with the two championship leaders not in the race here today, so that was a very good start for you on the season. And I believe round 8 is at Seaside next weekend. So again, substitute driver, we may or may not see this man on the track. But how do you feel about Seaside if you do end up making it to the racetrack here next week?
Oh well, if there's a chance I can sub, I'll probably put in some work beforehand rather than right before the race starts. So I'll be able to be a little bit more competitive. But Robbie and Callan and Sam, those guys are just next level. I'm just trying to keep up with them, and I really didn't come into the race expecting to beat Robbie, but it was nice to race with him a little bit at the beginning, and just try to get better and improve. And every little bit of racing helps with that.
Fantastic. Well, I mean, you look great out there, and we really do hope to see you back out on track because you're definitely going to provide some great action, some great battling in amongst this group here as well throughout the remainder of the season. So, again, just a great race there, and I never know. Maybe next time Robbie makes the mistake and you have the flawless race and you come out on top, right? So, anything can happen in racing, ladies and gentlemen. You just never know. You never give up. You just gotta put your head down. You just gotta keep going because, like I said, one driver makes a little lapse of judgment or loses their concentration for a split second at the wrong time, and that could make a big difference on the racetrack. So, huge congratulations! Really great debut. Welcome to Flat Out Racing, and shout outs or thank yous.
Yeah, shout out to my team, Street Version. Always some support. I know Jeff was in the chat during the stream. Really glad he showed up. Shout out to Robbie. He helped me kind of prepare for the race with the little time I had. He kind of gave me strategy and lap times we should be running. So I really appreciate that.
Checking on a couple of things in the audios there. Everything's still looking really good. But yeah, congratulations. Great debut. And we really do look forward to seeing you on track here again before the end of the season to put some pressure on these boys. Put a little wrench in the standings and make the championship chase spicy. All right, ladies and gentlemen, final but not least, Mr. Rob Heck. We've talked to this guy a little bit this season so far, ladies and gentlemen. In his opinion, probably not enough for the last interview of the evening, but you're coming out today with a really solid P1 finish here. But it wasn't easy for you today either, was it, on track? What was a little bit different here this week compared to some of the other weeks where you guys seem to be showing a little better pace than the rest of the group?
Oh, well, it was mainly just preparation. I practiced a little bit this morning before the race just so I could figure out the strategy. And my pace felt pretty good. I think everyone's also going to be improving throughout the rest of the season as well. This race was just kind of difficult. I mean, the first corner, I was concerned after I think it was Jakey went down the inside and he kind of got into me and Sam a little bit, and I was glad that we didn't crash or anything like that. But then on lap 2, me and him got into a little incident. But on my screen, I've been watching the replay over and over, and I didn't hit him, and I left him enough room to not crash. But I think my connection might have hit him a little bit onto the AstroTurf, and it just caused him to spin and ruin his race. Sucks. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, no. No, just some family and some friends. I sent some links.
Well, fair enough. I forgot what I was going to say. Lost my brain thought there for a second. Just a touch note on that too. I did notice that as well. The rest of the field behind you, at the start of the season compared to nearing the end of the season, 3/4 of the way through, I guess, essentially now with the race in the books. We are definitely seeing an improvement on the pace on the whole field as a general. So what do you think that's going to do for this championship run going into the final 3 weeks?
I think probably by the final round, I think everyone, at the start of the season, the mid pack was, 7 tenths to maybe a second off, and now they've closed that gap down to maybe a half second to 7 tenths. You can see that in quality how close everybody was. So I think everyone in the whole group has really been improving a lot. I mean, honestly, myself, Callan, and Samuel as well. I mean, we've been getting better running this series as well. So I don't know, it's just going to make for some more exciting racing.
Absolutely, and of course, Roach and Cardinal not making it here tonight, so that's good news for you. That gives you a little bit of an opportunity to try and close up that points gap a little bit. And of course, we haven't considered in the fact that we do have 2 drop rounds in this season as well, ladies and gentlemen. That won't be factored in until the end of the season. So when those 2 drop rounds come into play, that could change the standings quite significantly for some drivers over others as well. So the drivers could be thinking about these things going in as well. I guess your drop rounds are kind of pretty decisive here at this point because you had to miss a couple of races due to real life endeavors. So, but for the typical driver here, if you have good solid finishes all race long, are you starting to think about maybe just picking your worst track and not having the best race that day just so you don't lose such high tier points?
Yeah, I mean, for me, I already have my drop rounds gone, and I know Samuel and Callan now have their drop rounds gone. So we've all missed our 2 races. Unfortunately, one of mine was to a disconnect, but yeah. So yeah, I think we'll definitely be able to see where we are in the points now, and it's going to be an interesting run to the finish. It's going to be a lot of fun. I need to have pretty much a perfect run to the finish now. So.
Well, absolutely. And you 3 gentlemen there definitely want to keep your eyes on that Apex Racing's Paymay there, who is just lurking in the shadow as well. So could definitely throw a wrench in the top 3 here at the end of the season with these World Tour status drivers on track as well. So huge race again, and I mean, you're looking really solid out there. The connection looked great out there tonight, by the way, and on my end anyways, and the racing just looks fantastic. So how do you feel about next week's track?
I feel pretty good about Seaside. I know Callan is going to be really good there. And I mean, pretty much everyone, we've all put so much time into that track. It's just a matter of consistency through the chicane on the back straight. So it's going to be whoever's pretty much the most consistent on that race. It's not necessarily going to be about who's quickest because I think it's going to be a big draft race. It could be. I could be wrong, but normally on that track, it's pretty close between everyone.
Absolutely, and I mean, at the end of the day, when it comes to Dragon Trail Seaside, ladies and gentlemen, we all know it really does come down to that infamous death chicane and making it out of there clean and safe. 25 times, I believe it is, ladies and gentlemen, next week. So, huge race for you, big win, and shout outs.
I just want to shout out Sam and everyone who just raced clean today, and it was a lot of fun. And yeah, just another fun week. So.
Absolutely. Well, again, congratulations on another solid race here at Flat Out Racing North America, and can't wait to see what you got in store for us moving into next week. Get the practice in because it is about to get heated in the Elite Division, ladies and gentlemen. Again, thank you all the drivers for taking some extra time here tonight to talk to us, and the viewers. We really do appreciate your time.
Thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. So that is going to conclude our broadcast for the evening. I mean, what can we say? Race recap. Race started off great. We had Rob Heck on pole position with that vital extra bonus point here tonight. And then at the start of the race, we had a great battle between the top 3 drivers, and Jakey coming out on front of that battle, losing it the next time or a couple laps later there as a move made by Rob Heck. And then Jakey ended up the wrong side of the way around the racetrack there, dropping all the way to the back of the pack, having to try and fight back through the pack. We progressed through the middle of the race. It was a little more, what would we call it, consistent consistent and strategic for the drivers. They were thinking about tires, they were thinking about their fuel windows, they were thinking about their pit stop strategy. They're waiting to see what the guy in front of them are waiting to do before they fully commit to what they're going to do as far as their pit stops go. MSP as well, showing really great pace here today, leading quite a few laps here in the early part of this race. Unfortunately for MSP, starting on that soft tire where all other drivers went on the medium, he put himself at the disadvantage at the end of the race, only dropping a couple of spots out of the podium down to P5. So still a very great finish, but just not the right tire decision here for that driver here tonight, and cost him a couple positions. But we see a couple new names on the podiums here tonight as well, with S. Kindle and Apex Racing's Paymay. I mean, Apex Racing's Paymay has been nipping at those podiums all season long. Finally grabs a step on the podium here in the Elite Series, so I'm sure that he is going to be thrilled about that. And I mean, what else can we say? The drag race between Apex Racing's Paymay and Sir Shred to close out the podium here tonight, only separated by 4/1000ths of a second, ladies and gentlemen. It was a photo finish here tonight to see who our final podium finisher was going to be. Great racing, absolute great respect and professionalism on and off the track by these elite drivers here. And thank you for the great show to the drivers. Absolutely wonderful stuff. Huge shout out to Flat Out Racing North America, obviously the league that is presenting the series here to everybody. I'm your host, GT45 Gaming, sponsored by GTR Simulators and Apex Racing Team, ladies and gentlemen. Two title sponsors here in this series. Merch available over at apexsimracingteam.com. And all our graphics and all our visuals seen here done by High Pre Graphics, ladies and gentlemen. So massive shout out to my guy, the graphics guru. We love this guy. He makes everything look absolutely amazing for us. It just makes it so much fun to work with. And most importantly, thank you to all you wonderful men and women out there who come in and week out, night in and night out, to show the love and the support here to us at Flat Out Racing North America. There is one more broadcast yet tonight, ladies and gentlemen. No Lander Gaming at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time will be bringing Pro-Am 1 Division live to you guys as well over there on Facebook. So definitely go over there and check out what he's got to offer here as Pro-Am 1 gets underway. Apex Racing's Larry Birch leading the way there, I believe. So very spicy weekend start to racing here in 2023 for Flat Out Racing. Thanks everybody for tuning in. I appreciate all your support. The fans came out in droves tonight. We love you. We love to see that. The hype is huge. The vibe is great. The energy is high. Thank you for bringing that into the chat tonight, because that just gets me fired up even more, ladies and gentlemen, and that's what we like to see. Congratulations to everybody today on and off the track for a great night of racing. And most importantly, ladies and gentlemen, stay winning, because you all matter.